So this is a huge announcement. This is the first time that we've announced this specifically, and it's also a once in a lifetime opportunity to invest money with myself and Vincent Wong and the Wealth Dragons. So what's in it for you? Well, first of all, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to invest with myself and Vince. Once we tell you what this is, it's how to make money work hard for you. It's how to increase your net worth whilst you sleep, and it's also a way to make money with less effort. And our vision is to really to impact 1 billion lives around the world with self-education. So if you've never come across me before, I speak all around the world on business, entrepreneurship, self-development. And what Wealth Dragons do is we change lives. So you can see the events that we run. And every time we run an event, we always have a full house every single time. I was featured on the Fortune 500 magazine. That's my best-selling book, The Wealth Dragon Way. And this is Vincent's book, Property Entrepreneur. And we have a lot of people that really huge fans of what Wealth Dragons actually does. I was featured on the front cover of Global One magazine. Vince was just on the front cover of London Business magazine. And now we've spread our message all around the world in front of thousands and thousands of people. Vince and I have also been featured a lot on TV, on the media. I was flown to Cyprus to help also fix their economy as well. And I've been on a lot of TV shows talking about this topic. I currently have over 3 million people currently following me. Vincent Wong has over 1 million people following him, and he's also the author of this book called Property Entrepreneur. So this is a little bit of background about us and how we've kind of done this. And also my stuff has had literally millions and millions of views. By the way, have any of you seen me on social media? If you've watched any of my content on social media, type in 3 and hit enter. Type in 3 and hit enter. So Tuba, Alexandros, Kelso, Ricardo, Pretty, Limi, Pauline, Abdullah, Nikki, fantastic, Rob. Wow, all of you seeing a lot of stuff on social media, fantastic. So if you want to make money work for you, then you must put your money to something that grows your money. So where do people spend their money? Well, they spend their money on nice holidays, on nice handbags, on designer clothes, on partying, on expensive cars, on nice restaurants and hotels and watches. Basically things that are not likely to grow your money. So the worst place you can put your money is where 99% of all the people put their money. Can anyone guess where that is? Type it in for me. Where do you think 99% of the population put their money? Celso says the bank. Bupe says food. I don't think you can eat money. Lenka says bank. Faye says stocks. Magdalena says banks. Daniel says shopping. Most people put all their money in the bank. The problem with the bank is that it doesn't give you a good ROI. So the banks actually take your money and they invest it to make more money. And in the process, they pay a big interest rate, right? Yes or no? No, they don't do that. In fact, right now, all the money is sitting in your bank right now. You're not getting a very high interest. In fact, if you were to put 5,000 in the bank, it would only pay you $150, the rate of 3%. It's crazy. So what interest rate are you currently getting right now? Can anyone type it in for me? What interest rate are you currently getting? Can anyone type it in for me? What interest rate are you getting? Celso says 1.5%, Nikki 2.1, Pandeep 1.5, Danielle 1.7, Santosh 8%. Wow, that's pretty high. Most people are not getting that much. In fact, a lot of people are getting less than 1.3% in the UK or 0.3%. So how can you make your money work hard for you without doing any of the work? The answer is to invest the money instead of saving money, right? This is the key. Everyone type in the word invest. Everyone type in the word invest. Type it in for me. You have to invest. If you look at all the wealthiest people in the world. People like Warren Buffett. He's an investor. He invests. He doesn't waste his money. He invests it. Right? So how long would it take you to save 100,000? So the average person saves, Vince, you say what? Average person saves how much per month?
Well, I'll be very surprised if anybody puts aside any money at all, but I'll probably say £300 is ambitious.
Okay, £300. So Vince is saying £300 is ambitious. So let's say someone saves £300 a month. In a year, that's 3,600. And 100,000 divided by 3,600 is 27 years. Do you think that's a long time? If you do, type in yes. If you think that's a long time, right? Type in yes. Right. Alexandro says yes. Andrea Roshkana. Right. Ricardo, John Yip, Dan Kennedy. Oh, Daniel Kennedy's on here as well. Alex Russ. We've got Kelvin Fan. Exactly. So 27 years is a long time. And if you want to save £1 million, that's 277 years, which is, I don't know about you, but unless we have some kind of immortal pill, we're not going to be able to, live that long. So even if you saved all that money, you're going to get taxed on it. So in the UK right now, if you earn up to 45,000, you get taxed 20%. If you earn over 150,000, that's 40%, and over 150,000, 45%. So that's like working half the year for free, right? It's crazy. And it feels like you're just doing all this work. And so that's why we need to invest in order to grow. And most of you in a business right now, if you're trading time for money for a business or a job, it's very hard to grow money. That's why you have to invest it. So what's this once in a lifetime big opportunity? If you're ready for this, type in ready. And I'll tell this to you. Type in ready. Celso, Rob, Alexandro, Monica, Daniel, Tyrone, Santosh, Frey, Alex, Andre, wow, Katie, John Yip, Path, fantastic. Well, a lot of you are ready, and we have a lot of you on the call today. So before I go on to, let me illustrate something to you. So if you'd have invested in Apple in 1998, the share price was $1.03. In 2018, it's $165. Obviously, it's a lot more now. So that means if you'd have invested, the ROI would have been 160 times ROI. If you'd have invested 50,000 into this company, it would have been worth 8 million today, right? Did anyone invest in Apple? If you did, congratulations. The other company is Amazon. Look at Amazon. In 1998, $7 a share. In 2018, $1,437 a share. And it's 181 times ROI. Your 50,000 would be worth 9 million. So if you just invest in 2 companies right now, as I speak to you, your net worth, you invested 100,000, would have been worth 17 million approximately, right? Netflix, like if you look at Netflix right now, if in 2002, it's not even that long ago, $1.21 a share. In 2018, $268 a share. That's 221 times ROI. If you'd have invested 50,000, that 50,000 would have been worth 11 million. By the way, does anyone watch Netflix here? If you do, type in Netflix. If you watch Netflix, type. Pomdik says, imagine Bitcoin, right? Daniel, you watch Netflix. What's your favorite show on Netflix, by the way? Have anyone seen a show called Suits? Suits is one of my favorite shows on Netflix, right? Beijing, Monica, yes. Suits, 13 Reasons Why. Shadowhunters. Apparently, there's another film called, what is it? Immortal Instruments that talks about Shadowhunters. Once Upon a Time. There's actually a really good film called Always Be My Maybe, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I digress. So 50,000 would be worth 11 million, right? So what do they all have in common? First of all, they have global penetration. One of the fastest growth, like a lot of people when they invest in companies, they invest in technology companies, right? So global penetration is what we're looking for. We're also looking for something that uses the internet. And because when it uses the internet, anyone around the world, right? Let me ask you right now, where are you watching from right now? Are you in the UK? Type in where you're watching from right now. We've got Taha from Italy. We've got Celso from UK, London. Matthew from London. Ricardo from Spain. Bupe from Bracknell. Parath from India. We've got Alex from MK. We've got, wow, there's a lot of you. Aliyah from Dubai, Netherlands, Kuwait, Singapore, Pakistan, London, Bratislava, Bonn in Germany, wow, Croatia. So all of you watching from everywhere around the world. And, we had with thousands, almost 2,000 people register for this opportunity, and it's insane. And this come from all around the world. And this only happened, by the way, in the last 24 hours since I've been posting it publicly on my social media. So when you have something as technology, it has potential access to millions of people around the world. Now let me show you this. Facebook. How many of you use Facebook? If you use Facebook, type in FB. If you use Facebook, type in FB. So Lorena, Taha, Terinda, Kristen, Daniel, Santosh, Abdullah, Lenka, Zuxana, Moran, you all use Facebook, right? So Facebook 2012 share price was $38 a share. And now, if you go back for a second, I went too fast. So Facebook, 2018, $177 a share. That's only like 6-7 years ago. That's 4.6 times ROI. Again, your 50,000 would have turned into 230,000 without doing anything. All you had to do is spot the right companies, and instead of leaving your money in the bank, you would pick the company to invest in. You let Mark Zuckerberg do all the work and all the promotion and all the the leadership and all the growing the teams, and you sit back and you watch every time Mark Zuckerberg posts, you're making money, right? Because he's promoting that company. So why am I showing you all of this? Because I'm going to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to invest in a company with myself, with Vincent, with Wealth Dragons, with a huge growth potential. And we've got some exciting news to announce at the end of this. So stay right to the end. Otherwise, you're not going to hear what it is. And I'm going to show you the plan of why it has such huge growth potential. So again, let me give you a background on Wealth Dragons. So what do Wealth Dragons actually do? Well, we run seminars on business and self-development and entrepreneurship and property investing and social media marketing, on sales. And of course, people come to our events and then we offer courses. So, we sell courses. But then we also, when people come to our courses, they then ask for mentoring. So then we offer mentoring. So that's how our kind of a business model works, right? So this is Vince and I when we first started in 2009. By the way, this year is our 10th year anniversary, which is amazing. Then we grew from like 10 people to like 50 people. Then we grew from 50 people to 1,000 people. And again, every time we run an event now, it's always sold out. We can't run enough events because too many people keep coming to our events. So what's happened in the last 9 years? Well, we've run over 300 events. We have a database of over 240,000 people that are registered for our events. We now have over 4 million people following us on social media. So again, in 24 hours, we had over close to 2,000 people register for this big announcement. And we have people all around the world, just like I've mentioned now. All of you are from different parts of the world watching this. And again, thank you for all of you for making the effort for joining this session. So, but because we run so many events, what's the challenge? Well, not many people, like all of you, always say to me, John, I've never seen you in an event because I just can't fly to London, or I can't make that date, or I'm busy on that day, or that weekend's not free. And so we were frustrated that we had so much knowledge to give. Our goal is to empower 1 billion people around the world and educate them on financial freedom. Because Vince and I, we became financially free, but we never learned that from school. So we created the solution. The solution is this. We decided to create and put all our knowledge with all the speakers that we know onto an online platform. And we made it affordable for everybody. So if you were to attend any of my live events, you'd have to pay anything between £1,000 and £2,000 just to learn this. But you have to spend 3 days learning this stuff. So you really want to learn at a scale. So we decided to put this e-learning platform together and work with experts. By the way, are any of you on this call right now an expert? Are you an expert, a coach, a speaker, a trainer? If you are, type in yes. Type in yes if you are. If you're a coach, a speaker, trainer, consultant, author. Yes, so we've got quite a lot of you. So Chris, Sanel, Armhead, Abdullah, Joanna, Nikki, Palmdeep, Cecil, Monica, Biggie, Bupit, Peter, right? So we wanted to create this online e-learning platform with all the speakers over the last 10 years that I've known, and really put them in a place where people can actually buy courses online and pay in a monthly fee to get exclusive content from the experts. So the experts can now sell courses, but they can now also have their monthly coaching program where people pay them every single month and they get access to exclusive content. And so the e-learning industry right now, if you're going to invest in any industry, e-learning is set to reach 325 billion. Everyone type that in for me. 325 billion by 2025. So that's not far. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And let me show you the trend. Here's the trend. And tell me if you agree with this. E-learning is a $200 billion industry and it's set to double. People's consumption and buying habits have changed. And also people consume videos online via smartphones, right? More and more people are looking for alternative ways to work from home. No one wants to work in a job anymore. Everyone wants to become a solopreneur. And let me ask you right now, how many of you have watched a video on a smartphone this month? If you have, type in 4 and hit enter. Type in 4, right? Taha, you have. Abdullah, Celso, Karinam, Nikki, Andre, Liam, Maria, Armhead, Palmdeep. You all have, right? Stefan, Samir, you all have. So technology is the future. So if you want to know where to invest, you need to start investing in technology because that's one of the highest growth markets. And I've shown you examples of this, right? How many of you can relate to this? You walk into a restaurant, everyone's on the desktops or their mobile phones. No one's talking to each other. Everyone's consumed from their tablets. And that's why we created Wealth Dragons Online. So Wealth Dragons Online, it looks like this. So we work with experts. We help them create online courses that we can sell to people all around the world and make it affordable. So I have a course on here. You have lots of other people on branding, on relationships, on spirituality, on marketing, on property investment, on stock trading, all these things, this financial literacy on wealth, health, and relationships, spirituality, and business, we put into one place. I have people like Maria Madarelli, who used to work with NASA. We have people like Kevin Harrington, who's a celebrity in the US. He's actually from a TV show called The Shark Tank. Amazing. And then we have all these experts. And when we've talk to people about this. Well, when we go to people and say, have you got any knowledge that can benefit people's lives in health, wealth, or relationships? They say, yes, there are so many people out there, but we're not taught this stuff at school. We have Daniela Killas, who's a social media marketing expert. We have people like Pavlina Pabaluka talking about branding. She's a celebrity in Cyprus. We have people like Dan Locke, who have millions of people who follow him on social media. We have people like T. Harv Eker, who's already on Wealth Dragons. I've shown you Kevin Harrington already. We have people like Armand Moran, who's been in this industry for almost 20 years. We have people like Robin Sharma, who wrote the book called The Monk Who Sold It. He's a New York Times best-selling author. People like Grant Cardone, people like, we've got so many big names coming on, people like John DeMartini. All these big names in self-development are now coming onto Wealth Dragons because we have a platform. By the way, have any of you heard of any of these names that I've talked about? If you have, type in yes. This is really amazing. When I tell you at the end what's happening and how you guys can get involved, you are going to be blown away. You really are. So we also have the app version. So if you have Android or you've got Apple, you can go to the App Store and download our app. You can go to Google and download the app. So now, whilst you're on the tube, you can now open the app and go through all the courses, right? So we talk about business, entrepreneurship, and self-development. So most of you may be thinking, well, John, can't you get this stuff on YouTube? Well, here's the problem with YouTube. First of all, there's too much information, which is overload, right? It's not structured. What we found is from the last 10 years of teaching and teaching people how to operate a business, they need to learn in a step-by-step format. YouTube doesn't have step-by-step. And also the problem with YouTube is anyone can teach on there. It's unsolicited advice. Whereas on Wealth Dragons, we have all the top people. I've just mentioned some of the names that these are household names who have millions of people following them. And now we're all sharing this collectively and bringing everybody to Wealth Dragons. It's also hard to find everything you're looking for. And the problem with YouTube is too much of the same stuff. And that's why people pay for courses. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have bought an online course? If you have bought an online course, type in yes. And also type in how much you actually paid for that online course, right? If any of you have taken an online course, Josephine, Gabin, Karinta, Zayad, Rob, Matthew, you all have. Zuxana, $80, $500, $100, $30, £250, 5,000 euros, 3,000 USD, 1,400 euros, $100, $1,696, right? So $1,000, 1,500, 300. So a lot of you are paying between 200 and 1,000 euros or dollars per course. So why is this such a good business model? And why is Wealth Dragons? I mean, I'm going to tell you I have very, very big plans, and so does Vince. So why is this what is our business model? Well, our business model is we actually charge experts £1,000 plus VAT a year just to be on that platform. So if you imagine that eventually, if we have, 100,000 experts on there, right? 100,000 times 1,000, right? That's 100 million every single year. Isn't that amazing? So how many people out there right now have expertise that they can put into a course that we can put online to sell, right? So if we just had 100,000 experts at 1,000, that's 100 million a year, just from doing that. I'm not saying, that's a big goal, but, our goal is to do whatever it takes to get there, and there's no guarantee, right? And also, when an expert puts a course on there, we also take 50% of their course fees. So you imagine if there's 100,000 experts on there and they all sell one course for $100, that's another 10 million. And if we take 50% of that, we take another 5 million, right? So that's if just all experts just sell one course. They're going to sell a lot more than that, of course. And another thing as well, what if all the experts have a monthly coaching fee? So let's pretend right now, you teach speaker training or confidence. You're a coach or a consultant, but doing one-to-one is not good. You want to do one-to-many. So let's say you're a speaker trainer, but you now have 100 people paying you $10 a month or $20 a month. It's much more scalable. So now every single expert can have people paying them a monthly fee to be a part of their membership on Wealth Dragons. So the expert would record some exclusive content. They put it on Wealth Dragons, and only the people who are paying every single month will actually be able to see that content. We take 50% of their coaching fees as well, right? So the expert will also bring their following to Wealth Dragons. So when we have the big names on there, they'll promote it, we'll promote it. It's a win-win-win. By the way, if you love this business model, by the way, type in hell yes. Type in hell yes. Omar says, can we get Gary Vee on Wealth Dragons? Well, within time, this is something that we will definitely work towards. Why they have to pay, I thought was the opposite. It's true. Nope, it's not. We already tested this model. We already have experts paying. We've not even launched this properly. We did a test launch, and because Wealth Dragons, we have a very strong brand, and it's specifically on business, entrepreneurship, self-development, personal development, spirituality, and health. Right? Hell yes. You love this business model. Now imagine if you were to create this business model, it would cost you millions of pounds. In fact, Vince and I, our entire Wealth Dragons team, have spent £2 million creating this platform. And, with technology companies, they don't make money. Like if you look at Tesla, or you look at Amazon or Facebook or Netflix, they didn't make money for years, and then only then they start making money later down the line. That's why it's so exciting for all of you right now, right? So our current valuation is just £30 million of our company. We're actually, so the big news is, so Vince and I just got back from a meeting from London, and today we signed the paperwork. We've just been accepted by the Vienna Stock Exchange. I'm going to give you a date in a second as well, so you know when we're going to be listing, so look out for that. And we've spent the last 4 years doing this. So, Vince and I put our blood, sweat, and tears. And, when Vince sent the message, I almost cried. I mean, I know how much work he's put into this. I think Vince is the driving force behind taking Wealth Dragons, to a public offering and listing on the stock exchange. And I think this is like history. We are one of very few companies in the self-development world to ever list on the Vienna Stock Exchange. The current share price is actually £1.50 per share. And my goal and Vincent's goal on Wealth Dragons is to take Wealth Dragons to $1 billion valuation in the next 5 to 10 years, because the more money we have, the more we're worth, the more lives we can change. And I think a lot of you have attended any of my events. You've seen myself speak or Vincent speak. At some level, we hope that we've changed your life. So why are we so confident that we can hit this target? Well, first of all, because it's online. We spent the last 4 years building this platform and perfecting it, and now it's ready, right? Everyone around the world can access this. Everyone with an internet connection and a smartphone can use this, and we make it affordable for everybody. Like if you want to go to business school, Vince, how much did you pay to get your MBA?
About 50 grand, and that was 20 odd years ago. So Yeah, so now you can easily pay double that.
Right, so double that. Like you're talking about 100 grand for an MBA. Now you can go to Wealth Dragons, and for a couple $100, you can learn all the business strategies from successful entrepreneurs. How amazing is that? You know, because in the past we could not go to, say, a Richard Branson or a Vincent Wong or an Elon Musk to get the knowledge from them. But in time, we will soon start to reach all the top experts in the world in their field, take their knowledge and teach it to the world. That's my dream. We have a mission. We have a big brand and a huge following. And plus, our stuff goes viral. Our stuff goes viral. So how can you invest in this? Ask me how. Ask me how. Type in the word how. Okay, Amir is already asking, how can we buy stocks? You are pure gentleman. I admire all that you offer. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Chris says how. Rob says how. Abdullah says how. Ricardo, Monica, Abdullah, Alia, Rishkana, Parmdeep, Maria, Frey, Dilip. Wow, there's a lot of you are asking how. We have never offered this before with the specifics I'm about to offer you, with the date and the stock exchange that we're investing on. This is what, you know, I'm so proud of what Vince has done, and our CFO and our chairman has really worked really hard to give all of you this opportunity. And I'm going to tell you this. First of all, we are only offering this to our community. And the reason for this is because without you, Wealth Dragons would not exist. If you haven't have followed us on social media, attended our programs, invested in one of our mentoring programs, bought our books, our CDs, our online courses, we would not be here. So this is a big thank you to all of you. Typically in the past, only people who were institutional investors could invest, right? Now Vince managed to negotiate to let everybody invest, right? And this is why we want everybody to have the same opportunity. And we only want investors who share our vision of transforming lives and to make an impact in the next generation of entrepreneurs. So you may be wondering, well, John, why are you even raising finance? Well, why does Tesla raise finance? Why does Virgin raise finance? Why does all the big blue chip companies raise finance? Well, we spent the last 4 years developing Wealth Dragons on the desktop version, and the mobile version, and now it's ready to launch. We've already done some test samples, and people are now signing up, which is amazing. We want to reach more experts, which means we need to produce more courses. So people in lots of different, by the way, if any of you know you've got expertise in wealth creation, in marketing, in sales, in business, in health, in spirituality, in relationships, please contact Wealth Dragons and let us know, because we want you on Wealth Dragons, and we want to promote, you promote and we promote, and we can change more lives. We want Wealth Dragons brand to grow. And also, we want to grow our team and expand our operations. We're now currently based in Milton Keynes. We have a head office, we have a big office, but we need to create more. We need to get bigger so we can change more lives, so we can reach more people. And as I told you before, our goal is to take Wealth Dragons to $1 billion valuation, right? And again, I'm not guaranteeing we're going to get there, but if you've met me and you know Vincent, we don't sleep until things get done, right? We do whatever it takes. So what's next? Well, I know a lot of you asking a lot of questions, so we're going to take some questions in a second. But if you would like to be a Wealth Dragon shareholder, you can apply to become a shareholder, and I'll tell you when the date is and when we go public, and when we get listed. Wealth Dragons Group PLC, we will be aiming to be listed on the Vienna Stock Exchange in the next 7 days. So that means the current date, I can give the date. Yeah, the current date is currently the 4th of July, which is Independence Day, all right? And it's actually 2 days after our valuation. So I'm so happy, this huge announcement that we've been holding off for the last 4 years because we just could not get a date. So that is our aim. And Vienna came back and said the 4th of July is when we are aiming to list. Obviously, if there's some delays, it'll be a day or two either way. But this is the date. You've got the date here from me right now. Why do companies go public? Because they want to grow their businesses and scale and increase the share price. And you guys are coming in right before we get listed. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a massive opportunity. So I'm going to give you a website in a second to go to. You need to go to the website, apply. This is a private link. Do not give this to anybody. This is a private link only for those of you who are on right now. You want to let us know how much you want to invest. Now, the problem is we only have 1 million shares left, or just a little bit over 1 million shares left. So those of you with the highest amounts, we're going to come in at contact the people with the highest amounts first. And then obviously we'll keep working down the list until all the shares are subscribed. But we only have just over 1 million shares left. That's it. Okay, this is up until we go public. We'll review this and give you a call. And then if you're also the right fit as well, then we'll let you come on board as a Wealth Dragons Group PLC shareholder. And then all you got to do is sit back, let Vincent, my team, and I do all the hard work. Every time you see a Wealth Dragons event, you see one of my videos, you see one of Vince's videos, you see an event going on, just know that that's part of your company if you're a shareholder. You just sit back and just help us spread the word. That's all we ask. All right? So when we make money, you make money as well. There's also a deadline for this as well. And this is the great bit. And Vince worked extremely hard to get this. The deadline, obviously, if you invest by the 4th of July, then what you're going to be able to do, Vince has worked really hard to get the EIS scheme approved. So what is EIS? EIS will, and this only applies to UK taxpayers. Anything you pay in tax, okay? So let's say, and I'll give an example, you will be able to offset 30% of your investment off your next tax bill. So a lot of you already pay tax anyway, right? So instead of giving the money to the tax man, wouldn't you rather put that into a company, right, that could potentially do very well? So that means if you were to invest £100,000, you'd be able to offset 30,000 of that off your next tax bill under the Enterprise Investment Scheme. So Enterprise Investment Scheme is sanctioned by HMRC. All right, HMRC, as you know, collects tax on the behalf of UK taxpayers. So this is a great tax advantage, and never, I don't think that, taxman gives money back to anybody, but going through the EIS scheme, investing before the 4th of July, because that's when we, again, aiming to list. So you need to get in before then. So we are very time sensitive. So selling your shares, if you sell your shares within 3 years, then obviously your EIS relief will not be valid. So you have to hold. And this is really a long-term game. You have to really believe in Vince and I to do this. It's not a get rich quick. What we'll do is we'll allow you to also sell your shares anytime after 6 months. So, we help support the share price. But the thing is, would you want to sell early? You don't want to sell early. You want to come in long term and just let Vince and I push up the share price.
Well, you can sell straight after the market, after the 6 months period, but you'll have to cough up the 30% tax rebate that you've enjoyed from HMRC.
Right. So again, you decide, okay? So if you look at Warren Buffett didn't make his first billion to the age of 56. Now, what makes him so rich and wealthy? Well, first of all, he doesn't trade time for money. All of you right now, if you're working in the job, you're not trading time you're trading time for money. That's the problem, right? He spots great companies, he invests in them, and then leaves them to it. So when the company makes money, he does as well. When the share price goes up, so if the share price goes up from £1.50, upwards, again, I can't guarantee that it will, but again, Vince and I will do whatever it takes to keep pushing the share price up. And here's the thing: if you don't take the risk, you will lose the chance. So Mark Zuckerberg had an idea. He invited 5 people to his dorm room to talk about Facebook idea. 3 people showed up, and those 3 people ended up being billionaires. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, invited everybody to his house just like this, just like I'm inviting all of you right now. And, Alibaba is a multi-billion-dollar company. Imagine if you had a stake in that, right? The only reason why you don't know about these is because you don't know the people in the company. So people say, well, why should we invest? Well, first of all, we work with some of the top firms in the city. Keswick Global is our investment bank, and Marriott Harrison is our corporate law firm, and UHI Hacker Young, not DHY, that's a typo there, is our reporting accountant. And also as well, let me ask you a question. The reason why I really do say this is once in a lifetime opportunity, how many times do you get to speak to the CEO of a public company? Most of you never. Like, if you wanted to speak to Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg, there's no way. And here's another thing, and why it's truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How many chances have you had to invest in a company before it goes public, right? Before it's listed, right? Over the last 9 years or 10th year now in what we're doing, this is the only time we are doing this, the only time, right? And also, how often do you get a 30% tax back, right? So if you have a tax bill next time, depending on how much money you invest, you won't have to pay, a lot of that will be deducted from your tax bill because you get 30%, back off how much you invest. That's why this is your once in a lifetime opportunities. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a link. Okay, I want you to go to that link in a second. But the only question you have to ask yourself is, with Vincent Wong, myself, and the entire Wealth Dragons team, do you believe that we can make it a success based on what you've seen of me and Vincent right now? All right? Type it in. Alexandro says, yes so much. Very, very much so. Yes, I think so. Yes, 100%. Pauline says, yes, Farhad. Brilliant, right? And this is what it's all about. So if you answered yes to that, then trust me, Vincent, and our entire board of directors and entire Wealth Dragons team to get the job done, and we make an impact together. So thank you so much for watching this. We're going to go into Q&As. I know a lot of you have questions about this. I'm going to hand over to Vincent in a second because he's the guy who can answer all your questions. But if you'd like to be a part of this and you'd like to apply to become a shareholder, we have to have a conversation with you first. So I want you to go to this private URL, www.bit.ly/WD Invest. I'm going to put that link into the chat box here like this. So if I put that here, let me put that there. So if you go to this link, so I've just put that into the chat box, you'll come to a page that looks like this. So again, this is a private page. That's why it looks like this. So that's why I don't want people to find it. So you come here, you click apply now, you fill in your details. So, John, Smith, smithjohn@gmail.com. Put in your phone number, 01908 66555, and then available funds to invest. So, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 60,000, 100,000. A lot of people are coming in between 50 and 100,000, but obviously if you can't do any of that, then just go with the lowest option, and then obviously we'll be in touch with you, and then we can work out what's right. So you click apply now. Once you click apply here, it's then going to take you to our platform that we've created, which is Wealth Dragons. So you can take a look at it, have a sneak peek to see what you're actually investing in, okay, and how the platform actually works. So once you've done that, you'll go to the platform so you can see exactly what it is. All right. Also, you can also send a WhatsApp message. I've got Marcus right now. He's working overtime on his work phone. So if you would like to speak to Marcus or drop him a WhatsApp, you can do +44 7895 617 580. So let me just double confirm that. So Marcus, I don't know if Marcus is actually on. So it's +44 7895 617 580. So I want to copy and paste his number into the chat box as well. So if you want to drop him a WhatsApp message or a text message, just let him know that you would like to invest, and then let him know how much, and then we'll give you a call tonight. But this really is time sensitive. Our aim is to list, and Vienna said the 4th of July is when the date is. So you have to get your funds in before, preferably 2 or 3 days before that date, so we can do all the all the admin and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to pass you over to Vincent now, and Vincent's going to sort of take any questions that you've got. So I'm going to hand Vince the mic now.
Read out a question?
Oh, you want to read out the questions?
Well.
All right, cool. So if any of you have any questions about anything that I've talked about, then I'll answer your questions. Someone asked, Vincent, you want to come close to here? So
yep.
do this. How do you get the £30 million valuation?
Well, a valuation of a company is subject to supply and demand. So prior to our IPO, which is next week, we've been raising funds over the past 3 years. And that's the offering to our investors. They buying shares at £1.50, and we've had over 300 shareholders. So in other words, we've already created a market, a mini market before we go public that has actually established its market price. Unlike a lot of companies going IPO, they don't really have many shareholders until they go on the market. We've already got a market to determine this price.
Okay, brilliant. Another question is, Vincent, if I've never invested before, is this something for me?
Yes, this is the first time for everything, and most people leave the money in the bank, and in fact that's probably the worst thing you can do. I mean, yes, you think it might be safe, but is it really though? With inflation, actually leaving money in your bank is just, wasting money. You all work hard for your money. We all work hard for our money, but is our money working hard for us? So it doesn't matter whether you've invested or not. This is a great opportunity for everyone.
Brilliant. Vincent, I recently invested in the mastermind and would like to find out if there's any fast track route for me to even, or if only invest a minimum amount. Okay, do you want to answer that?
I'm not sure if the mastermind has got any relevance to this. Just put in an amount that you want to invest and we'll see whether we can select you. If you're already one of our clients, one of our students, we will give you preferential treatment.
So a lot of you are saying the minimum invest, if you go to the website, the minimum is, let's have a look.
It's not zero.
It's not zero. You can't invest zero. So if you go to apply, I think, so a lot of you are saying the minimum is 10,000. And look, if you want to put a lower amount in, then you have to message this number here, +44. So if you're from overseas, you want to dial this number, +44 7895 617 580.
So here's how it's going to work. Because obviously a lot of you are going to invest in varying amounts. Because we've only got 1 million shares outstanding for subscription, we're obviously going to select the ones with the highest amounts first. I mean, it could be 30,000, 50,000. We go for those first. And so in that pecking order, anyone who's not able to invest this round, then we're going to just have to wait until after our IPO. But at which stage the share price would have changed either way. But the good thing about investing now is that it's fixed at £1.50.
Yeah. John Yip says, Wealth Dragons seem to be burning cash till the end of January 2019.
Of course we are burning
Why
cash.
is that?
Well, it's not burning cash. We're using we're not setting on fire. Burning cash is just another way of saying that we're actually using the money to build a very substantial infrastructure, which is Wealth Dragons Online. It's not just an app. It's not just a website. It's a very substantial infrastructure. And so we've spent over £2 million on developing this platform. It is probably close to 3 million. Yeah. Plus, you have no idea how much it costs to take a company public from a private company. You're talking about completely reorganizing your company. You're talking about fees to all the advisors and all kinds of things. So it is a very expensive exercise, but that's the reason why now we've got to where we are. We're all moving forward, and that's what you're investing in, the future of our company.
Yeah, and John, if you look at any tech platforms, even if you look at Uber now, Uber is burning cash. They're burning, I think in 2018 they burned 86 million burned. Like they didn't even make a profit. If you look at Tesla for a long time did not make any profit. So of course a company with technology burns cash. It has to in order to develop and grow. And that's one of the reasons why we're going public, because there is a burn rate. There's going to be a period of time where the technology company doesn't make any money, and that's true to a lot of technology companies out there. And so that's why I said it's a long term. When you come into this, you can see the vision, you can see what we're trying to do, you can see the platform, and you can see all this makes sense from all our years of experience. So in the last 10 years, we've seen the whole e-learning platform just go huge. Nikki says, can I invest over 10,000?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So Nikki, what you need to do once you go to that private link, which is this, www.bit.ly/WD invest. When you go to apply here, just tell us the amount that you want to invest. So we go from 10,000 to 100,000 to $1 million. We've had some of our investors put in 200,000 to 300,000. So again, we only have 1 million shares left, or a little bit over, and that's it. Once the shares are gone, that is then supply and demand. So I can tell you, as Vince said, we have hundreds of investors already before we've even gone public. So that's, some of you said, how do you get the valuation? That's where it's come from. That's what they've invested in. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, there's a lot of questions in here. What is the minimum investment? Pardon?
I think we've gone through
I think we've gone that
Look,
one.
The more you can invest, the more shares you're holding in a company, and the more EIS tax rebate that you can enjoy.
You previously mentioned that anyone who has some content to offer could do Wealth Dragons. Is designing perfumes one of them?
Probably later on under health and beauty.
Yep. So yes, but at a later stage.
Has Wealth Dragons distributed dividends before? No. We don't intend to distribute dividends like all high growth companies. We plow any profits back to reinvest for your capital growth. If you want dividends, invest in companies like British Airways, Marks and Spencers, all these big companies. But there's a saying that elephants don't gallop. If you invest in these big companies, their share prices are unlikely to rise quickly, but they will give you a little dividend now and again, which might beat the bank's interest. Normally suitable for older people, pensioners who want an income.
Okay, I think we've answered that. Okay, I think we answered that. Can I invest less than? I think we've already answered that. I'm very much interested in becoming an investor, becoming part of the Wealth Dragons. I would like to know that I can expect moral support for me setting a company in the UK.
We'll give you moral support. We'll cheer all the way. Don't worry. No, look, you're investing in our company. But if you want to learn how to set up a company or start a business, we do have programs available within our company to learn about entrepreneurship and how to start and run a company.
Yeah. Okay.
There probably will be some discount for shareholders in the future.
Yeah, we're talking about what, shareholder benefits?
Yes.
Possibly. All right. Any FDI rules for investing as per UK rules? Hiran.
FDI rules for investing. Well, in the UK, we're subject to or the regulations from the Financial Conduct Authority and also the stock exchange rules. So it's no different from investing in any other countries. It depends on what rules you're referring to. Well, definitely no inside dealing. If we know any information, we have to keep it very hush-hush. Nothing can be disclosed to any individuals without disclosing to the whole market. Look, the whole idea of investing in a publicly listed company is the transparency. So basically everything we say, every word that we've uttered has been independently verified by an independent firm regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Unlike a lot of companies that can just grab a mic and say whatever they like without any accountability, we have total transparency. So every bit of our company has been completely investigated, verified, financially, legally, and all sorts. So, and that's why you can invest in a publicly listed company with more confidence.
Another share. Liam says, "Why did the platform cost so much?"
Well, because it is a very, very complex infrastructure. You're not talking about just an app. You're talking about hosting content that will that's capable of scalability. And imagine you've got 10,000 people watching the same video. Most people just would not have that sort of infrastructure before it crashes in a spectacular fashion. So it's about scalability. It's very complex. I think people underestimate how much it costs to build a technology platform. I mean, would you be able to build Facebook, for 200 quid? It's not going to happen. So, and that's the reason why we have created such a huge barrier to entry for our competitors. There's nothing like it out there. We're light years ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. Ahmed says, regarding your name, Wealth Dragons, do you know about the BBC program Wealth Dragon? Did you copy their name?
I don't think there is a BBC program called Wealth Dragon. There's a program called Dragon's Den, but I've never heard of Wealth Dragon.
No, we are the original.
Well, we own the copyright, and we have got the domain name for the past 12 years. So if BBC has copied us, I think there'll be a lawsuit going their way. So
Nicky Games says above 10,000 and more. Yes, Nikhil, we can do that. Sorry, Mr. Presentation. Can there be a recording to be sent out by understanding? We don't have any plans for that unless a lot of people request it. For the last few years, we continuous change of restructuring costs and P&L.
Look, I'm not here to answer specific questions about our restructuring costs. Everything is laid bare. It is what it is, and you can't take a company public without substantial cost in terms of restructuring and also creating something like Wild Dragons Online is a huge milestone, and that costs money, and hence the reason why every company raises finance to develop themselves, and it's not cheap, and hence the reason why anyone can set up a private company, but to go public and to have a company that goes on the stock exchange listed is a huge undertaking. So it is what it is.
This is a very unique opportunity. You mentioned you have lots of investors. Why have you opened to everyone? It seems you've got the investors already there. Just curious.
Let's satisfy your curiosity by saying that investment is never too little or it's never enough. Raising money is a continuous process. A lot of people are under the assumption that once you raise enough money, you can just do whatever, you use it for a specific purpose and the rest will take care of itself. How wrong. Facebook is still raising money. Instagram, you name it. All big companies, Tesla, Virgin, they're all raising money. Because a company is developing themselves all the time and is a necessity.
Yeah, and also as well, this is a very unique opportunity. It's not very often you get. I mean, I don't think any of you have had an opportunity to invest in a company before it gets listed in the stock exchange. So see this as a blessing. Don't question it. It's funny, isn't it, Vince? Like we give people an amazing opportunity, and it's like people are skeptical.
No, you know what? If you don't want to invest now, invest afterwards. After we go on the market, call up a stockbroker, do your own research, and it's absolutely fine. Except that imagine if you were given an opportunity to invest by Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, are you going to say, Mark,
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly. That's why a lot of you have been following me on social. You see me at live events. You know who I am. What differentiates Wealth Dragons e-learning platform from companies like Coursera, Teachable, Udemy, Khan Academy?
Well, there are a lot of e-learning platforms out there, but there is none like Wealth Dragons because our business model is based on an offline existing platform. We've been running events for over 10 years, and it's not just about selling courses online. I mean, there are many out there, but to actually to allow people like yourself, perhaps you've got some skills or knowledge that you want to showcase, where do you go? And this is one place where you can actually create a profile. You can actually create your own e-learning courses, so you can actually generate a passive income from day one. And also there is a very, very unique feature that we have that other platforms don't have, is that you can immediately recruit what we call digital mentoring, digital coaching, where people can actually follow you and they'll pay you each month. Let's say, for example, you take on mentees. You can't do that physically without spending all your time, but you can actually do this on our platform where people can sign up to you, they can follow you. Let's say if one person pays you £100 a month, imagine 1,000 people follow you, paying you £100. You're talking about 100 grand a month, just to be able to do that. So this is a very, very unique differentiation. And also, we focus a lot on wealth, and wealth is defined as money, health, relationships, spirituality, and business. So we're very specific as well.
The currency we mentioned is in pounds, so yeah, you have to invest.
After you go on the market, you'll be investing in euro.
Yeah. What market will you be trading? It's the Vienna Stock Exchange. Someone's wrote a lot of times. What is the price of one share? One share now is £1.50 per share. If you get in now, that's what it is currently. When we be listed, I don't know what the share price is going to be. It could go up as well as down. So, we just can't give you a number on that. Where could I follow up the stock after they've been released to go public?
Bloomberg and any sort of financial ticker pages. CNN, I don't know. Yeah. We'll be listing our shares with a lot of these broadcasters.
Yeah. What's your expected earnings per share in the next 2 years?
Not allowed to say because it's speculative. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, not allowed to do that. How can it cost 2 to 3 million?
Gary, it does. Okay.
Gary, it's so funny. It's like people see it, like people think a website. It's not a Wix website, Gary. This is a platform. Like if you look at the complexity of uploading courses, when 1,000 people watch, the course at the same time, it will duplicate the videos hundreds or even thousands of times.
Well, anyway, it's been independently verified financially by and audited by a reporting accountant in the city. So they've already done it on behalf of all the shareholders, and we don't really have to explain here in details, but let's say it's very, very complex and things are not cheap.
Yeah.
Ask around.
Yeah. Nico says, I can't even be part of the expertise group because I have training on counseling and mentorship for import-export world. Could I be a part of this as well if
Absolutely.
you invest?
That sounds really interesting, yes.
Yeah, so again, Nikhil, that's what we're kind of looking for as well. Any reason why you didn't list on AIM?
Because AIM is just full of old-fashioned shareholders, and it's just another market. And also in London, I think a lot of you actually voted out of London because of this thing called Brexit. Thank you very much.
Yeah. How do we access performance reports? The same access you have now.
What was a performance report?
No idea. We have to rephrase that question, Celso. Ban says, is there any protection for investors in case anything happens to the shares?
No, you will lose all your money if our company goes belly up. But we've been around for 10 years, so and we're still going strong. So that's the thing, because you own stocks in a company, you're a shareholder. You share the benefit as well as the risk. And just like entrepreneurship, when things are good, they're brilliant. Yeah. When things goes to pants, you'll be throwing up. So
Vince, it's interesting. It's the mindset, the typical mindset. It's like, well, if I invest 100,000 and I lose 100,000, do I get it back? And my reply is, well, if you invest 100,000, it goes up to 200,000. Will you pay me 100,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I know.
It's so funny. Yeah. Everyone wants the baby without the pain.
Well, yeah. Don't invest in anything you can't afford to lose. That's what I say to you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for lowering the cost to set up similar platform. Would be great way to help your audience. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. Is there a contract to sign?
Well, no, but you will get a certificate.
The announcement is the date, Manos. So the date is we're aiming to list on Vienna on the 4th of July. We've never given a date before, so this is the huge, big announcement that we're working 4 years for. So if you know anything about companies going public, then you'll see the opportunity. Evan says, well done, guys. This is super huge with 1 million followers. We actually have 4 million followers. What's that? Okay, we've answered that already. I'm from Korea. I just wanted to ask, how can I follow up the stock after they're released? And we'll be people, because we have people following all from around the world. Can anyone from around the world buy the stock if they're not in the UK?
Yeah, absolutely. You just contact the number that we've given you. We've got investors from all around the world already.
Yeah. So I want to be clear, you don't have to be from the UK to invest. If you're in Kuwait, Dubai, Singapore, Malaysia, just go to this URL, www.bit.ly/WD Invest. You have to put this into the address bar because it's a private link, or you can add this telephone number on your phone. So do +44 7895 617 580. Message Marcus. He's available right now. So he's going to be working out for the next 3 or 4 hours. Again, this is very time sensitive. You are already rich. I suggest that you don't sell pieces of your company.
Thanks for your advice. Are you an advisor? Because that's not what our city advisor says. It's got nothing to do with you being rich or not. I mean, selling shares of a company is about creating a valuation on a company, and that's why all companies. It's like saying, Jack Ma, you're so rich. Why are you listing your company on Nasdaq, or any companies? It's about using other people's money. You need to gain access to the capital market to do that. So, I mean, it's got nothing to do with me and John being rich. We've made our money in the past and we pay tax on it, and that's a different matter. This is a new offering, it's a new business. That's what entrepreneurship is established through fundraising.
It's amazing. Like Ishan says, do you really need money?
Yes, I need money all the time to build businesses.
So does Mark Zuckerberg. Ask Mark Zuckerberg if he needs money. He's worth 50 billion.
People think that you make your own money and then you invest your own money in a company. Look, there's a story about Richard Branson being stranded somewhere. I think his Virgin aircraft ran out of fuel, but the company ran out of money. And he was a multi-billionaire then, but he chose not to use his own money to refuel the aircraft because it's a company's asset. So you have to distinguish between your asset and your company's asset. Now, Wealth Dragons is not just owned by me and John, it's owned by a lot of people. And that's how finance works. That's how capitalism works, is when companies actually give up pieces of themselves. So people like yourself, like you, can have an opportunity to make money. And that's why people buy and sell shares. It's called liquidity. This is commerce and finance and capitalism. That's how it works. Otherwise, North Korea would be a very good place to go to, if you don't want capitalism. Yeah.
Pauline says, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm already an investor. Pauline, thank you so much for supporting our vision, our mission. And Vince and I really will do whatever it takes. I mean, you know how hard we work. So we'll do whatever it takes to take Wealth Dragons to the next level. What is your valuation? Our current valuation is £30 million. Gary says, good luck with the launch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Piwal says, what after registering? So once you've registered, Marcus will get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Actually, everyone who's registered, can you please add this number to your phone? +44 7895 6175. So everyone who's already filled the details in for this, please add this number to your phone and send a WhatsApp message or text to Marcus to let him know, because we've had so many people now who've already applied for this just in this session. What's the worst that can happen?
I die.
Thank you so much for opening our ears. I can only spend 1,000 because I'm a student. Do you have? Oh, this is Iran says. Do you have any competition?
I think Ishan, you've asked it 50 times. You don't have to type so many times. Or is that?
It's the same person.
Well, every company has competition, but within our sector, which is a self-development, within the very small sector in which we've been operating, which is events and seminars, we're the first company to have created anything remotely similar.
Yeah. Ryan Lee says, does a foreigner working in the UK get tax benefit?
Only if you're a UK taxpayer.
Yeah. So I want to be very clear. Any amount that you invest, so let's say you invest £100,000 and you're a UK taxpayer, you will be entitled to EIS, which is Enterprise Investment Scheme, but you need to do it before the 4th of July, and you'll be able to get 30% off your next tax bill rebate. Rick says, how would you describe the webinar in a few words? Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right. John Yip says, can you list out your IBO proceeds utilization? No, John. I have a feeling that you're here to you're kind of questioning. No, this is very internal purposes, and it's decisions made by board of directors. Unless you're investing 5 or 10 million, I don't think this is something I would need to disclose to you at this stage. But thank you for asking. If
I live in London, can I apply online on that website? Yes, you can. I don't know how long the website's going to be up for. It's a private link, and because I've given them the link now, it's at www.bit.ly/WD Invest. So go to that website. Again, I'll put the link in the chat box. So you've got that there in the chat box, like this. So click on that link. It'll take you to the website here. Again, it's a private website. Just click apply here, fill your details in, put in the amount you want to invest. It's going to be in pounds, and click apply now. Let's have a look. So if I have confirmation to help you complete if I can invest more than £30,000, can you please give me the opportunity? I need help, which is completely economic type setting up my company. Look, like I said, if people invest in us, they believe in us. Sometimes we have shareholders that say, look, can I have a quick conversation with John and Vince? I need some advice on something. And if Vince and I are available, we do give our time if we're available. If not, then we'll have one of my team help support, I'm very interested in promoting online courses as an expert, how to proceed, and can I do that immediately? Yes, Ahmed, you need to message that number that I've put on right there. So message that number here. Okay. How can I invest for the first time? How much can we invest for the first time is going to be huge or smaller. Again, we only have 1 million shares left. And, I can tell you last time we did this, all the shares went really, really quick. So this is your only opportunity, right? And there's less than 7 days left. So let's go, thanks for the opportunity, guys. Investment, efficient. Okay, and that's fine. Just apply and we'll let you know. I thank you for the bright future for sharing this. Rick says, I joined late. What is the webinar about? The webinar was about us listing on the stock exchange and you having an opportunity to invest before we go public. On the 4th, our aim is to do it on the 4th of July. So that's in 7 days' time. The share price is £1.50 a share. And if you'd like to apply, then you need to go to the website right there. Okay? Cool. Any last questions? Well, there's been a lot of questions just so far now. Okay. Thanks so much for the webinar and the Q&A after. Not a problem. Okay, if I can't see any other questions, I want to thank all of you for being a part of this. IPO for new shares. No, it's not new shares. It's not new, John. Thank you for the invitation. Matthew says, how long till we get our investment back? Matthew, we can't answer that question because it's speculative. But just know that if you've ever seen any of mine or Vincent's work and what we do, you'll know that we work very, very, very hard. So those of you who are already invested in Wealth Dragons, I want to thank you for believing in our vision and mission. Thank you for being patient. I know there's been, some ups and downs along the way, but, we got there in the end. Vince, any last words?
Well, again, I want to say a huge thank you to our earlier supporters who have invested in our pre-IPO, and a lot of you have actually been through our training courses, and many of you are doing very well. So it will be a pleasure to have you on board. And for those of you who are already our shareholders, so in the future, when we have further issues of shares, you'll be the first one to know. You'll always be given the opportunity, and I look forward to seeing you in our AGM. We'll prepare some good food for you and talk about strategies that we can mastermind, and let's change 1 billion lives together. And this is what this platform is about, because education, any business that promotes education is a great business, and any education businesses that promote themselves digitally is an amazing business, because now it's a necessity. So look forward to having you on board.
Thank you so much. Raj says, is it $10,000 or 10,000 shares? Sorry, that amount on the site is actually the investment amount. So this is £10,000, £20,000. So just pick which one you want to invest. If obviously you can't meet, this one here, then just drop us a text message or a WhatsApp if any of you use WhatsApp, and Marcus will be able to get back to you. Again, thank you once again for being a part of this. Thank you so much for your time this evening. I know it's late for a lot of you in Malaysia and Singapore, so thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for supporting, and I really hope that one day I get to meet all of you and shake your hand and say, our goal is to take this to $1 billion valuation. We'll do whatever it takes. Thank you so much. Bye for now.